is something going on with Zayto, and that's all I gotta say, cause, oh boy. Hello there, everyone. How's it going? This is LunarStar103 here, welcoming you back to the Lunar Nightmare Network. And I'm going to be reviewing the 4th episode of Power Rangers Cosmic Fury Teamwork. And, ooh, what we see here, yeah. This pretty much indicates something that's going to be happening throughout the entire series, all the way up to the finale, and just a whole bunch of stuff. I know I say that a lot, but there's just too much, especially for it being 10 episodes. So let's get started. So we start off with one of the squid drills on this planet called Planet Lavina, and this is where Mick went ahead and relayed the message to the other Rangers and saying that he has found something that belongs to Zayto. And so Ollie and these other henchmen, which I didn't know until I saw it on video, and I think I saw it on Wikipedia and stuff, but mostly on one of the YouTube videos, that these minions are actually ones from the Sentai series. They're I think recyclable ones, or ones that they didn't use in the Sentai, so they brought them here. And it's kind of a great homage to that too, because some, if not a lot of people, forget that Power Rangers originated from Japan under the name Super Sentai. And we got that here, and it's been great. And again, I want to see the Super Sentai series from the very, very beginning all the way up to the most recent one. So if you guys know of a website that has all of the episodes from the very, very beginning of the series of Super Sentai up to the most recent one, just let me know. Ollie and the other minions go ahead and they find a piece of what it looks like to be of Zayto's cloth, but Ollie, he's not dumb. He knows that it's probably Mick in disguise, so he does go ahead and attack it. It is Mick, and they capture him with the Sentinels, and they're about ready to go ahead and get rid of him, but the Cosmic Fury Rangers are now on the scene, and they all morph, and and they see him morphing, and the item that Squazzle gave to Ollie is a dark dino morpher for him to change into this dark Dino Fury Blue Ranger, and that's what he has. And he sees the Rangers transforming, and he is amazed and shocked that he sees Amelia as the new Red Ranger. And I don't know if it's he's annoyed by it, and he's just I don't understand how all this happened, how is this even possible, and all that. But anyways, they go ahead, they have their little fight and everything. And during that whole entire fight, 3 out of the 4 henchmen that Ollie had get destroyed, along with the Sentinels, and him and the other henchmen go ahead and retreat somewhere into the forest, or they just retreat for now. And Mick meets up with the others, and he's so excited. There's oh my gosh, the Rangers are back, y'all are back in action and everything else. And he sees the new arm that Javi has, and he's just so amazed by it. And he is explaining to the others that, yeah, he came to this planet and, just to check to see, if he had any kind of clue because of what, because of what the memory showed him, that Ion had showed him so many times. And he saw that, and he picks up, like, a piece of Zayto's cloth. Like, he turned into the bird, and he saw, like, an item there, and he's like, oh, this has to be Zayto's thing. So that's when he relayed the message, and realized, yeah, he's here and everything. But unfortunately, because of what happened in the last episode, Ollie and the others get there first, but they managed to get them out of the way for now. So he has to retrace his steps, or retrace his flaps, as they say, to figure out, like, where exactly did, he go ahead and see, like, other stuff around in this planet. They go inside the forest, and they go ahead and they see, like, this big, like, crater-like structure, and they see the remains of what was Zayto's dino sword, and it pretty much just indicates, like, yeah, he's here, but we just don't know where. And they're finding more stuff, like, pieces of him, like, out in the forest, and they have to go ahead and see, like, where he's at, or where he could possibly be, and everything. And they go deeper and deeper into the forest. Unbeknownst to them, Ollie and the last of his team, or henchmen, or whatever, are pretty much in the forest as well, and they are also trying to find Ollie so that they can go ahead and destroy him, and just make sure that's one ranger out of the way and everything else. But apparently, when they're trying to do all that, they see that there's something up with this forest. Like, there's, like, vines everywhere, and one sticks up out of the ground, just wraps the remaining member of his team up, and he's trying to break free, and, like, Ollie doesn't really help out as much, because it's like, I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go and destroy the team, and just get them out of the way. It'll be one less thing for me to handle, and then after that I could just go ahead and defeat Zayto on my own, because he is so weak, he won't stand a chance against me. So, yeah. Amelia and the other rangers are also in the forest, and, Ion is trying to get some fruit, like, trying to get something to eat, but, it keeps hitting him to the point to where they realize there's something up with this whole forest, and they do come across, like, a tree, and Amelia touches it, and she uses her abilities as a Rafconian to go ahead and realize that this whole planet, this whole forest is, like, alive and everything, and, it can feel, like, everything that's going on, what's happening, and it knows, like, what is going on here. And, Mick says, well, ask the forest, like, what happened to Zayto? Like, is he still here or something? So Amelia and Ion both touch the tree, and it does give a memory of what happened after Zayto got blasted out of Zornia, and he gets transported to Planet Lavina, and, he comes shooting down from the sky, and he gets really, really badly hurt. And in his weakened state, he couldn't continue on, so he stumbled through the forest. Like, two pieces of his clothing, or, like, some of his clothing, like, got ripped off, and it was in the forest, and in his weakened state, he couldn't continue until he found, like, this tree that went ahead and took Zayto inside, because he didn't have that much time left. So the tree took him in, and it, had it stay there until, like, it healed him and stuff. So that is where he is at right now, and you need to find this tree to go ahead and free Zayto and get him out of there before, Lord Zed and the others go ahead and they get rid of him. But before they can do that, however, the forest goes ahead and it comes to life somewhat, and it wraps all the Rangers and Mick into multiple vines. Ollie sees this and, kind of taunts them, is like, well, since you guys are wrapped up, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to find Zayto and I'm going to get rid of him. But, kind of like just being like, he's going to go ahead, he's going to get the jump on them, and, he's going to go and find him first. But I guess he kind of forgot that 2 people on the Rangers are Ravkonian and they can read minds. So Amelia and Zayto use their abilities again, and they go ahead and they talk to the forest and pretty much tell them, like, look, we're not here to hurt you. We're not here to do anything. We just need to find our friend. He is in trouble. He is hurt. We need to find our friend Zayto. And the forest realizes that they are good, and they go ahead and they set them free, and they get rid of the 2 Sentinels, keep an eye on them, I guess, which, okay. So now they have to go ahead and, come up with a new plan, which is stop Ollie from getting to Zayto, and Ion needs to go ahead and get to the tree to get Zayto out of there before it's too late. Ion goes ahead and finds the tree that has Zayto in there, and he gets him out, but something's wrong. Like, he's not, moving or anything at that point. So Ion uses, another one of his abilities to, kind of shock him awake, and he does wake up, and he's so happy to see his friend again, and he's, overjoyed, and he just goes ahead and is like, wait a minute, Zayto, why couldn't I read your mind? And Zayto says, well, maybe the Morphine Masters bringing me back might have had something to do with it, because, maybe it took away, the ability for any other Ravkonian to go ahead and read his mind, because, he sacrificed himself to go ahead and free the others, and he came back with the Morphing Masters. And, but Ion's doesn't really care about that. He's happy to get his friend back, and he tells the forest, thank you so much for keeping him safe. You're the nicest, kindest forest out there, and everything. And the tree, tells him you're welcome, but also says something else. The tree says, Zayto, enjoy the time you have left. And that pretty much gets Ion, a bit weirded out when he says that. And he tells Zayto, what does the tree mean by that? And Zayto's like, well, maybe it means enjoy the time I have left before, we get off this planet and we go home. And you can tell something doesn't sit right with Ion when Zayto says that, because him saying that is like, no, there's got to be something more, there's something else, and you're not telling me about it, but I'll go ahead and I want you to tell me about it later on, but we need to go back to help out the others, because, they got the Zords, they're fighting the squid drills, and, they need my help. So we need to go ahead and head over there. So after Ion and Zayto go ahead and help out the other Rangers, and they form the Megazord, and they defeat the squid drill, Ollie goes ahead and, gets out of there before it's destroyed and goes back to Lord Zed and them. And it's pretty much, the Rangers win. It's a Cosmic Fury victory once more. And they bring Zayto back to where the base is, and, he sees all the Rangers in the new suits, and he even sees Amelia is now the new Red Ranger, and she tells Zayto, like, hey, is it okay that, I'm the new Red Ranger and everything? It feels kind of weird because you're our leader. And he's like, no, it looks good on you. And I'm glad that it chose someone like you to be the new Red Ranger. And I'm happy for you and everything else. And he kind of tells Javi like, hey, I like the new arm and everything like that. And Javi's like, yeah, I just gotta remember to keep it oiled and everything. And it's thanks to Billy and Solon for helping him to get the new prosthetic and everything. Oh yeah, also I didn't mention this too, but the first time when Ollie and the Rangers fight and everything, and when Ollie's like so amazed that Amelia's the new Red Ranger, she also says it's thanks to Billy for tapping into the morphing grid that we were able to get these new suits and these new morphers and all that. So it's kind of like, yeah, I can see that, yeah, because Billy is very smart, and kudos for him to go ahead and doing that for the Rangers. And he gives Zayto his morpher and his cosmic orb for him to go ahead to change into his Ranger form. And he goes and morphs into the Cosmic Fury Zenith Ranger. And they're wondering, well, what's a Zenith Ranger? And he said, that's what the Morphine Masters called me, when I was there with them and everything. So it does kind of make sense, especially how like Zayto was like at the end of season 2. And, his new outfit and like the clothes that he has on now and everything kind of makes sense. But, now that we see that he has Morphine Master Red's staff, so he could go ahead and use that to help out the Rangers with anything that they need help with. And, they're all very happy and excited that, yes, he is now back. He is, now part of the team once more. And just so many things has been going on. They explained to me, oh, yeah, we're trying to get the base up to a spaceship. And, hearing all of this, he's just kind of like, whoa, what did I miss? And the second he sees Fern, he's like, what are you doing here on a spaceship? What are you doing here on a spaceship base, in our spaceship base here, Fern? And they're like, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff we need to go ahead and fill you in on. There's like so many things that, is happening, but we need to go ahead and we need to, just find a way to get out of here like right now. During all of this, while everyone is happy to have Zayto back, Ion pulls Amelia to the side and pretty much tells Amelia, hey, look, I don't know what's going on with Zayto, but when I saved him from that tree, the tree told us and Zayto to enjoy the time he has left. I don't get what that means. And she's like, well, maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's not that big of a deal or anything else. I mean, yeah, like they're happy that, their teammate is back and everything like that. I think the last thing on their mind is like something ominous is going to be happening. But to Ion, that saying, that wording that the tree used has not gone out of his mind. And it's like, there's something else going on. Zayto is not telling us what is going on or what the tree is actually trying to say. We go over to Zed and the others, and they are on planet Eltar. That's right, the home planet of the once great Zordon. And he has a base there, a castle, if you will, on top of the hill of Eltar. And, Ollie's there saying, wait a minute, Eltar, I've heard of that name. Isn't that where your greatest enemy Zordon lived? He's like, yes, that's the one. I wish I could see his face now when he realizes I've taken over his home planet and I've done a little redecorating and everything. And he does talk to Ollie about some things because, he's at the point where it's like, seeing you fail a little bit more and more each time, maybe it was wrong for me to go ahead and just keep you around because, I'm seeing like all this stuff happening, but nothing's being dealt with. And Ollie's assuring him, like, no, 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 I am very loyal to you and everything. You know, I can handle all this. He's like, all right, good. You know, you pledged your allegiance to me. You swore your eternal loyalty to me. You know, don't make me regret me sparing you, because if you do anything, you know, best be sure he could go ahead. He could destroy Ollie's Tricera statue, which will break his link to the morphing grid. But I bet you also at the same time, he could go ahead and destroy Ollie as well. And there's just, you know, no problem with that, because with all the stuff that, you know, that's been happening with Lord Zed and all that, you know, he wants his master plan to succeed. But we don't really know what that is yet. Maybe we might get more hints of it later on in the upcoming episodes. But anyway, yeah, that's where this episode ends. Basically, Zed's saying, like, you know, prove your allegiance to me by doing all this. If not, then, you know, you could just go ahead and just, like, kiss yourself goodbye and stuff like that, you know? But yeah, that's where this episode ends. Overall, it was pretty interesting, you know. Not a bunch of stuff happened. It was just basically like a search and rescue mission. You know, we get to see the Dark Dino Fury Blue Ranger outfit, and we get to see them fighting against the Cosmic Fury Rangers. We get to see a bunch of other stuff. We get to see Planet Eltar in the last shot of the scene. We see the new castle. We get to see like a bunch of things. We even get like a brand new opening now that Amelia is now the new Red Ranger. And we just... there's just really not much I can say. It's just, again, you know, if you haven't seen all the episodes, then you'll be in for quite a surprise. If you have seen it, don't spoil it. Ultimately, it's just up to a point of them being like, all right, we're going to go ahead, we're going to do this, but we're going to go ahead and move a little bit more forward with the whole thing with, oh, what does this mean for Zayto? What is this like? What is this like telling us and everything? You know, what more could they possibly want? You know, it's a lot. I'm just gonna say it is a lot, but it is very interesting too. But anyways, that'll do it for me for this video, this episode review. What did you guys think of this episode? What did you think of it? Did I miss anything? I know I'm probably missing a lot in my previous videos that I've done. I've probably have not seen, or if I missed something of that point. But let me know what you guys thought of this episode. What did you guys think of the whole series? You know, leave your thoughts and comments down below. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and ring that bell so that you can be notified of any other future videos that I do, and also any other future collabs that I do as well with my other YouTube friends that I know. I will see you all next time. Lunar Nightmare Network signing off. Catch you guys later.